quick, the real checking the link. No, people are fast. My followers are so quick. Let me delete this quick. Breathe. I gotta be checking for the questions. Welcome to the Real Talk podcast. When I mean real talk, that means we have real conversation over here. We are going to be talking about conversation and topic that people avoid, topics that really is hurting and affecting our youth, our churches, our families, our personal life. So it's really that serious. So before we start, I'll just to let you know that we are being hosted by Linear Media LLC in Portland, Maine. David, what does Media LLC do?
They do photography, video, everything, live streaming, sound. I'm talking about if you have a wedding, concert, let your people know. They'll hook you up good. Yep.
Thank you. So I'm going to let everyone here introduce himself before we start. I have someone on my, who's my left?
I think left,
I
right?
have someone on my left and the right. I'm going to start with my sister over here. Please introduce yourself. Tell us what you do so the audience can get to know you a little bit. And make sure you mention your status, okay? Your social status, your marital status. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, hi everyone. I go by Jojo.
Hey.
I'm single. At least I'm not married, I guess.
Please
That's what I
take
should say.
note of that. She's single.
I'm single and not married. And I live in Portland, and that's all I have to say for now.
Thank you, Jojo. Mister, please introduce yourself and tell us what you do and why you're here.
My name is David. Say co-founder.
Yes,
No,
co-founder.
very proud. Anyways, my name is David. I don't want to give my second name, but anyways, Mr. David. I'm what I do is photography. I'm a photographer guy. If you want pictures, hit me. Hit your boy up, yeah. Pretty much, I'm very single. Very,
Another one.
very, very single.
Very,
Please
very,
take note
very.
of that. Is single, ladies.
Just waiting for my queen.
Okay, Queen.
So yeah,
You
pretty
all
much.
say that, but we know, that you say that to every single girl that you meet in the streets.
Yeah, kinda.
Guys, this is a family. This is gonna be very much fun because we're in a family, very comfortable, and that's why we're laughing. We don't want to make this too boring, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. So I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is It seems like everybody don't want to give their government name. So my name is Coach Steph. People call me Coach Steph. I am a life coach. I graduated in kinship counseling and life coaching. So
Okay.
I do a lot of counseling for
Okay.
women,
degree.
young women. I have a degree on that.
Okay, girl.
But above that, I have the Holy Spirit because you can't just counsel with the degree. It's
Amen,
tough.
Amen,
girl.
sister.
Yes, and I'm a pastor's wife. We have a
Ooh.
church where we minister. My husband and I is Gospel Kingdom Ministry. Feel free to
Nice.
visit us and stop by when you get a chance.
Okay.
And
Go shout out.
I do a lot of things, but you will discover as we move along. However, today we are really going to touch a very interesting topic that one of my sisters here brought up. And it's a very serious topic that really affecting a lot of, I think, our generation mostly.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't think the older generation have to deal with this because this
No,
century
I think they did too.
they did in
But
their
in the
time.
different
but
way.
Yeah.
their upbringing was just different.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you speak French and Lingala, I'm sorry. Today's show is going to be in French, in English. So, but we will have time. On aura aussi d'autres émissions où nous allons juste parler les français, les Lingala. But for today's topic, we're just going to be based in English. No translation, no caption. I'm really sorry, but you will understand our gestures if we do this and sign language. Anyway, today we are going to talk about no money.
No love.
No money, no love. What does that mean? So we're trying to find out, does a man
Over there. Over there.
does a man have to be financially stable or rich to be in a relationship or to get married? Each of us will bring a different perspective, so I just want you to pay attention. For those who are watching us live, if you have a question, a comment, don't hesitate to put it down here
In the
so we
comment,
can you
yeah.
can be part of the conversation. So Jojo, for you, based on you
Yeah.
answering this question that you brought up specifically.
Yeah, it was me. It was me. Guilty.
So, what do you feel like a man
Whoa. First of all,
has to be financially stable or rich to involve himself in a relationship or get married?
So first of all, I personally don't believe that you have to be rich. I think that you need to be at least financially stable. You don't have to be the type that will be waking up in the morning, going to your mom, asking, "What are we having
Thank
for
you.
breakfast?" and living with your parents and stuff like that.
Thank you very much.
Or even because you also have people who live by themselves, but they are struggling. They are having a hard time being able to afford a meal and stuff like that. So you should not be going, out there looking for women because let's be honest, okay, women are not all gold diggers, but that's just another mouth for you to feed, even if it's not like literally
Another mouth to
food.
feed.
Yes, that's an extra expense for you that you don't need in that
Exactly.
moment in your life. Let's just be honest. Like if you have empty pockets, just keep your hands behind your back and close your eyes.
Wow.
You know,
So, are you trying to say that a man who's not financially stable doesn't deserve love?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's not the right moment for you to find love, to seek love. Okay, maybe he can come and find you, in that way. Okay, that's fine. If love comes and find you, but don't go seeking for love.
So, what should they be doing meanwhile while they're broke?
Look for money.
money, yes.
Cherchons l'argent. Who doesn't know that?
Okay.
Cherchez l'argent, yes.
Okay.
Cherchons l'argent.
What do you, someone say you better talk for us, bro?
I got you,
So
my people.
they really counting on you to really defend them. David, what do you have to say about this?
So basically, I do I do agree with sister Jojo. That definitely you gotta have a, you gotta have, like, you gotta be stable, to be honest. Like,
Okay.
you gotta be stable first by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Cause first of all, if you're dating a woman and you want to take that woman seriously,
Right.
to be honest, you gotta have money. You know what I mean? Not a
Mm.
lot of money.
Absolutely.
You don't have to drive big cars, own houses, but you just have to, work,
Mm-hmm.
get the financial stability.
Yes.
So you have to get that before you say, oh, I wanna, I'll take this seriously.
Mm.
But if you're just dating around, I mean, hey, that's not really the safe way to do it. But hey, that's your thing. But you have to have at least have money to just sustain yourself and the person, cause to be honest, women, they're not cheap nowadays.
No, they're not.
To be honest, they will never cheap.
No.
Women are very, you
Never.
know what I
No,
mean?
I've
Yeah,
never seen a cheap woman unless she's from the village.
Look,
first of
even
all,
from the village, you
relax.
still have to afford at a certain level. You have to go
True.
hunt. You have to
True,
go.
true,
You
true.
have
I mean,
to
women
plant,
from
and
the
then you have
village
to
are
bring
not
something.
demanding like women
Yes,
from the
they're not
cities.
demanding, but still, that's an expense. That's
True, true,
you're
true,
gonna
true.
spend energy. You're gonna spend whatever.
Yeah, yes, 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 yes.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna say. Okay,
Uh-huh.
there was just a day I was sitting down and this came up in my mind. I mean, I think I was not married. By the way, I'm married. Okay, so
The only one
hi,
who's married
babe.
here.
My husband is watching probably. Hi. I think this is how I define it. It's called the SMS. Okay, SMS. Let's say breakdown. So for me, a man has to be okay, stable. That's the first S. What's the first S stand for?
Stable.
And then M stand for maturity.
Oh, bars.
And then the last one, the last S stand for security.
True.
The rest, ladies, we can figure it out. When a man is stable,
Yeah,
it
true.
gives you some kind of, security. You feel like,
That is true.
okay, I don't have to go pay bills again by my own. You
true.
see some kind of safety.
True.
And then for me, maturity means a lot because women, we are very emotive. We are emotional. Trust me, my husband knows that my moods change 10 times a day.
That's true.
If you're in a relationship watching this, you know that you will never understand women, David.
Sure.
So if you as a man, you don't have that level of maturity
It's too different.
to handle that mood swings, you are going to get frustrated, burn out, and feel like this lady is just giving me a headache. She's not. This is just how women are. So a high level of maturity will be required, for you to maintain a woman in a relationship. And then the lastly, security. When a woman sees security, there's so many level of security. Could be spiritually, could be physically. I'm not saying skinny men can't protect women. Physical security. If God gave you muscles, it's not for you to punch your woman. It's for you to protect her.
True.
All right. And then we also have financial security.
True, true, true.
There's something about women and money. I'm sorry. It's not that we love. It's
"I'm
not that
sorry."
we love money. I'm sorry. It's just when you see money, you're happy. Like,
Okay. Whoa.
listen,
Whoa.
when you see money, you happy. There's a relationship between a woman and money. So when there's financial, a lot of young women who are going after sugar daddies, it's not because they love them. It's
the
because
money,
of the money.
that
So
Gucci
if
bag
you
right there,
think
you know?
you're gonna come to a woman, okay, because oh, she believes in me, we do believe in you. But if you don't show the capacity of being financially stable or secured, you may end up losing that girl.
True.
A man may not have money, but he has potential to make money.
True.
That is another good thing. Okay. Okay, you're looking for a millionaire. A guy walks into your life is not a millionaire, but you see a potential to make millions.
True, true.
So that's the SMS strategy.
Wait. You know what? Potential.
Yes.
What do you want me to go with potential? Come when you have the millions. Don't come to me with potential.
If you keep the mindset, you will die single.
Who's that die single? Girl, ça c'est fait avec ces esprits-là.
No.
Stay away from me with that, Satan. Look.
Let me explain what I
uh-huh,
mean by potential.
explain it
When
to
I
me.
mean potential,
No,
that
I know
means,
what you mean by
Exactly.
potential, but I don't know. Maybe explain for the viewers what
so
you mean by
when I mean
potential.
by a guy may not have the money that you expect at the moment, but he may have the potential to reproduce that money. All right, he may have a talent, a gift, something that needs a boost. okay, to be developed or to be fruitful. Sometimes when two people come together, it's not just about you, okay? It's not that I want a rich guy. It's
But
about
us.
what can I do, okay,
about
to help this guy maybe
True.
to become rich. When you walk into my life, you see me, you see that I'm a broke as a man. What can you do? What do you see in me that you can help me boost and get those million that you're looking for example? Because trust me, you're not gonna find a man who's complete. We come together to
True.
complete
True,
each
true,
other.
true. That's true.
So if you're expecting me to walk into your life, now I'm not taking a man's side here, but I'm just trying
Watch
to
out.
be in the middle. I'm trying to be in the middle. This is because growing up, I wanted a rich guy, I wanted a millionaire, but as you grow up, you understand that
True.
you may not
true.
stumble into that. You may not meet that kind of person.
That is true.
So having the capacity as a woman to see potential in a man of making millions and seeing potential in yourself of how I can help him bring out those millions. We have a lot of millionaires laying around Portland, Maine, in all over the state, but they don't know who they are.
Look,
Very ignorant about themselves.
It's not my job to be helping every single guy
The Bible
getting
calls
those
you out.
millions to help my husband. I'm not helping a boyfriend.
That's what I'm saying. Before he becomes your husband, he is someone.
She said to help.
Oh, Jesus,
The process
help me.
of dating and going to engagement and then marriage, that guy is being developed on your way. You are becoming
That
a
is
helper.
true, but you really invest that time, that type of time and energy on someone that you know that's gonna be my husband. That's really the person that I'm gonna be spending the rest of my life with. But what do these guys do? They will use you, okay?
Okay.
They'll keep you around while he was telling us, I think it was before the live, or it was like when he was introducing himself or something like that, saying
Right.
that I'm looking for my queen or something. How many girls, he said it himself, that he says that same sentence to many girls.
Hey, it works,
that,
yeah.
I've been waiting for my queen.
works.
But
It works.
here's one thing you
See,
guys need to understand that
Joe.
not every relationship will lead to marriage.
Thank you.
Not every relationship
That's
will lead to
why-
marriage.
That's the goal, though.
The thing is, you don't know
That should be
if
a goal.
I'm investing this time and money, energy,
true.
love. Am I gonna get it back? Are we even gonna get somewhere? So uncertainty is everywhere, especially in relationship.
True, true.
The guys I dated before, didn't marry me,
True.
but I've invested my time and everything.
Weren't you heartbroken afterwards?
I was
Especially when you heard that they
heartbroken.
married somebody else.
Luckily, none of them did.
Oh, you got married.
They
You
hurt
got
me.
married before
I got
them.
married before them. This is
Okay,
God.
lucky for you. But how many girls find themselves in a situation where they've been
Yeah.
with a guy? Okay, let me tell you a little story.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have this aunt, okay. So she had this very successful business, and then
Right.
she met this guy who was broke. Okay,
Yeah.
Oh, we talking about broke, bro.
broke.
God, your
And-
auntie, yeah.
And you, and you imagine the type of broke, like back home, what he looks like when you're broke. Like,
I have a question. Was he handsome?
not to me,
No, to your auntie. Of course, not to you.
To her.
not
To
to
auntie.
me.
To your auntie. To your auntie.
I don't know. I
She
guess,
gets-
but
Yeah, your auntie
okay.
was
Because
fooled
it's
by the
either I stay
handsomeness,
with you
know?
because you're handsome or you're rich.
True,
One
true,
can
true,
help. One can
Yes,
keep me.
you need just one out
And
of
you need
two.
at least
Come
one.
on now.
It's
Don't be
broke and
broke.
ugly.
Oh my god. That's the kiss of death right there. But anyway, back to the story.
Okay.
So my aunt at first was not attracted to the guy. But you know how back home people are like, oh no, you're the woman. It's a woman who makes, you have to take care of your man. You are the one who will help me help him being attractive and stuff, help him dress up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So finally she gave the guy a chance. They got into a relationship.
Mistake.
Finally associated him to her business. And in the meantime, the business was already successful, but in the meantime, it became even more successful. She started getting contracts left and right with big companies back home. And then they got married traditionally. Now they were supposed to do, back home on dit le mariage civil et tout, but in
Civil wedding,
courthouse,
yeah,
civil wedding, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the family of the guy started to tell him like, oh, you shouldn't marry her because otherwise, she can own also the business, not knowing that the business belonged to my aunt to begin with. So then he became to act funny, Then my aunt was fed up. It's like, okay, you know what? Then we're not gonna get married anymore. bye. And then he's like, well, if you leave, then you leave my business. And then my aunt is like,
What?
that's not your business, that's my business.
True.
Because he was also associated, so when she will go like in meetings and stuff like that, he was
So was it
those
during the
companies.
engagement?
What do you mean
Were
engaged?
they she involved him in the business? Were they engaged?
Oh,
They were engaged, yes.
Okay, not
Yeah.
married.
Not married, traditional married
Oh,
only.
traditional. Yeah,
Later,
that's
later
married.
on.
Oh,
Yeah.
later on, before the signing of the contract.
Yeah, before the signing of the contract and stuff like
Okay.
that. But anyway, they ended up going to court. But you know how it works. The judiciary system back home. It's mostly about who has more money to corrupt the judges and stuff. And it was taking too long. And then my aunt just decided finally, like, you know what, you can just keep the business. And then she started a whole other business from scratch.
wow.
But moral of the story is after that,
Damn.
she's like, I don't want any man to come to me and be like, oh, I have potential, so let's work on it together from now on, so in the
Yeah.
future we can end up, having a lot or whatever. The sentence that they say during weddings, they say, for
For better,
better
and
and
worse.
worse. Yeah, she's like, no, I'm not signing for that. I'm signing for better or better. Nothing else.
She wrote
There
her
is
own
no,
vows.
yeah. So there is like back home. I don't know. Like there was this famous sentence that they were saying back home. "Mikiti santam autombula." In English, it means like just
Humble yourself.
humble yourself, and then God will
lift you
elevate
up.
you. Yeah, will lift you up. It's like, no, come to me when you're up. Don't come to me when you're still at the bottom. I don't want to hear that. I don't like. Yeah, she doesn't play with that ever since that happened to her. She doesn't play with that anymore. And I don't want to say that I am 100% for that, but I do see where she's coming from, and I understand her. And then I'm like, she's right. At some level,
So
she's
are you
right.
afraid that something could happen to you? Are
I'm
you-
not necessarily afraid, but I'm just saying I have to be careful because, like, let's be honest. Like, if I'm dating someone when I'm 16, when I'm 17, yes, there are some people who marry their sweethearts. Like you have LeBron. She married the girl that
going
Yeah.
he
nowhere.
was going. Yeah, he married the girl that he was going to high school with, and
LeBron
James. And
I mean,
like,
that's
yeah, he's a
different, though.
very
Yeah, that's-
very
it's-
wealthy
ce sont
guy.
des cas rares.
Yes,
It's very rare.
exactly.
Yeah.
So when I'm 16, when I'm 17, why should I go out of my way to be helping this guy with
That's
his potential?
why. That's
Yeah, like,
why.
why would I
you
do
need
that?
to date when you. This is gonna be very hard because we date to marry.
True.
When you're in high school, tell me, you're dating a boy from your class. How do you even think of helping him becoming better, building him? Listen, I'm building a man who I see potential is gonna marry me tomorrow.
True.
Oh,
I'm not gonna. Don't date for long years and then you started from Genesis to Revelation. You finished the entire Bible. Oh, we're gonna fear God throughout our relationship. You've been reading the Bible the entire relationship, and and after that, you are just both young people who are still discovering what they want in life. That's a
Absolutely.
waste of time. But I'm talking about. I understand where your aunt is coming from because now she has experience of investing in a guy at a waste of time.
Yes.
Because this guy walked into her life, she invested in him, and now all of a
Big
sudden
time.
things are falling apart.
Yes.
So it's really requires a lot of wisdom.
Sure.
Because the
That
thing
is
is, every relationship you involve yourself in is full of uncertainty.
True.
We may start like lovebirds today, but you don't know the next thing happening. You don't know down the line if this husband is gonna stick to you, if he's gonna cheat on you. You don't know if your wife is gonna leave you. We just walk in by faith, honestly.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yes,
say
please
something?
go ahead.
Like the thing about us men too, the thing about women should understand too, you should always go for the man who has a goal, who has like, okay, potential, yes, but someone who has like their mind straight. You know what I mean? No, not like okay, like potential, right? They whatever they have that.
Yeah.
But if you see that the man is not really trying to do what he's saying what I'm trying to do, you should never go for that because it's like more of wasting your time. Because the funny thing is, those men they're really good in talking. Oh, they'll tell you,
Absolutely.
sweetheart, how you doing? You know,
Yeah.
and for as a woman, you feel comfortable because you're more like emotional, right? So you're like, no, I'm whatever, whatever, I'll give him time, I give him time, blah blah. Blah. But the truth is, my man is just like, I mean, I got my girl, she got money. Why should I worry about anything? You know what I mean? So like, so like, I think just most women should just like, what's it called, find a guy who's serious about their life first.
Yeah.
Cause a lot of women just find a guy just interested to her, and then she's like, oh, she's my no. You gotta find a guy who's like focused on him, trying to do what he gotta do, and trying to like move on from where he is from, basically trying to go up, not down. So basically, so I just wanna tell women that you should find a man who's like about the vision forward, not backwards.
One thing with that man of vision and men who's focused on him,
Yeah.
you guys know, I don't know, when a man, men are goal driven, you know, men are focused on their goal, and once he's trying to make money, don't try to disturb him. Most people who are rich, you guys have noticed that with me nowadays, they get divorced most of the time.
True.
You guys need to know the risk that it comes with being financially stable, the risk that it comes with dating or marrying a rich, or not just rich, a wealthy guy,
Yes,
a
true.
business owner, a CEO. This guy is not gonna sit all day with you on the phone and talk to you about love.
true,
It's about making money and the next move. So when you desire a man at that level, be ready for it, because the company needs to go, like the business has to grow, the people need to get paid. So if you are the type of woman who want to date a CEO but you know nothing about business, you're gonna get hurt.
Big time.
I've been there. I have to mention this. I've been in a relationship in the past. I'm married now. I was in a relationship in the past. I dated a guy who was at this level financially. He had companies. He was running businesses. And I had no idea how to run a business. I had no idea how to even be a secretary. So there was this imbalance between me and this guy, because he was like, what am I going to do? All I wanted was, I love you and I love you too. But this guy was expecting me to work with him. But I couldn't. It was too much for me. So I was like, do I really want this? I couldn't, and I had to step out of the relationship because the expectations were too
Wait,
high.
you let the money go?
I didn't know how to handle it.
Girl, you need
sorry.
Jesus. You need Jesus.
Listen, that's what I'm saying to the girls watching here. If you want to
yeah.
date a guy who's rich, you need to know at least how to handle computer works, how to type, how to set invoices, how to take it, because when he travels a lot, you take care of the business. I didn't know all that. That was too much for me. I've never dated a guy who was that wealthy. It was like we say in Lingala libakuna zelo, and all of a sudden I'm supposed to handle your business.
What that means.
Like, how do I start?
It's like you.
So just be ready. If you really want a guy who's financially stable, you have to prepare yourself. If you, for example, if you want to, like me, if you want to be a pastor's wife, you want to date a celebrity, you got to know what it takes to be a first lady at church. You got to know what it takes.
Patience.
I'm not just a random church member. There's so much expectation on me. That's the same thing with the wife of a business owner.
Wait.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with the things that you have said.
Yeah, you may not 100%.
Well, the thing is this though. Why am I doing all this preparation if we're just boyfriend and girlfriend though?
That's why I'm saying we're not dating when we're not ready to marry. When you walk into
Wait, you're
relationship,
saying that I should stay single until I'm ready to get married?
no. You date a man who has a goal of marrying you.
True.
You gotta talk about it.
They
When you
all talk about marriage. They're liars.
That's why that's why I'm saying when you walk into a relationship, there is so much uncertainty. We can talk about marriage, but down the line, you don't end up marrying me. But at least we talked about it. I had a clear vision of where we were going.
Girl.
Talking about marriage doesn't mean we're gonna get married. Yes.
So why am I doing all these gym workouts?
Because you're walking into a relationship with faith that with working on this, we'll end up getting married someday. It's not for sure. Things can happen on the way, and you end up breaking up. You don't have to put it on yourself. No, every relationship doesn't lead to marriage. I'm sorry, you have to live with that.
That is true, but I'm just saying personally, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just the type. I guess the past few years,
Yes.
my what is it called? My façon de penser, my mindset,
Yeah.
has been, I'm not wasting any time on anybody where I just don't see it. I was dating a guy for like 3 months, and then one day I was just sitting. I tried to portray us like 1 year down the line.
Right.
I couldn't even have a picture in my head.
Dang.
Then you
And the
free
guy
to
didn't
drop
do
it.
it. Didn't even do anything. He was nice. He was treating me well. I'm like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. It's over.
Okay.
Because I can't even portray that in my head.
Yeah.
Why?
you-
So I have a question though. Why did you not portray in your mind? Was it the looks? Was it just
No, the guy was
feeling?
very much financially
Was it
stable.
okay?
But
You
So
see
it's
that
on the
money?
money.
Not even the money
it's
could
not
keep
the
her
money, it's
there.
not about handsome.
it
So-
wasn't smart enough for me.
Oh my god. Joel,
So, okay.
what do you mean by
Okay.
smart enough?
Okay.
Look,
You see, this
before
is
we
another
even,
issue when you date a woman who went to school and studied a
it's not
lot.
even my, look, that's just my
God.
look, I am what you call a sapio, like I'm like brain, it's really something that's very attractive to me.
But don't let that be your limitation.
No, it's not a limitation, but Jesus, you have to have a certain level of smartness, otherwise it's just not gonna work out for me.
That's her choice.
That's your type.
Yeah.
That's your type.
You have to be smart. I'm a smart woman,
Okay,
so I
smart
want you to
woman.
be smart.
Okay.
Then to be honest, like you should date people like that. Don't just give everyone. A
No,
chance.
no, you have to check certain boxes because, like,
You know,
if I say brain is one of the boxes like on top of my list, but there are other boxes that you
Yeah,
need to
true,
check too.
100%, yeah.
Like, okay, to go back to the subject because I feel like we
Just
went
to
into
the
different
way.
yeah, we
Yes.
went like in different directions. So why is like okay? There was this guy who came into my DMs, started talking.
Okay.
Okay.
And then he's telling me, it's like because I came in here in America, so we've talked like here and there
Yeah.
throughout the years.
Yeah.
So when we talked, he was like 30 something. And then we started talking again. And I didn't really remember his age. It's like, oh, yeah, now I'm 40. I'm like, oh, okay, what are you up to now? He's like, oh, I used to live by myself. I had a job. And then, I felt like God was calling me to serve him. So I resigned from my job. And then I became, my pastor was supporting me financially for 3 years. And then I moved back in with my parents. And so I've been here ever
How
since.
do you even spend time to talk to this guy in the DM?
Look, I didn't know all that. That's
Wow.
someone that we used to live in the same neighborhood. So it's like,
okay.
hey,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. It's a
what
friend,
are you
but-
up to?
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
something like that. But then the guy, I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't want to be like too, criticize him too much or say anything. Plus, this is someone that I was just seeing in my neighborhood. So
Yeah.
I don't really have any say like that. We're not close enough for me to be like,
Yeah.
are you crazy?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's what's up. And then the guy will be like, sending me messages here and there, and then he started to go in a direction where he was like, hitting me up. And then I'm like, wait, what are your goals in life? And then it's like he has this project where he has to create an app, is trying to propose the project to the government, like, okay. So we talk again like 3 months later. And then I'm like, well, you told me that you were supposed to have a meeting with people from the government. Where are you now? And then he's like, oh, well, yeah, I decided, to wait a little bit. I'm still working on this with my friend who lives in Canada. A lot of things. He was telling me a lot of things. So it was just like that for 6 months. I wasn't even like really paying attention to him. I was just being nice because I like to be nice. I'm a very nice girl. No, it wasn't like
6 months?
we were not talking constantly. It's
okay.
like
Thank
you talk
God.
maybe once this month, and then next month again once, and then stuff like that. And then the guy started to be like really direct. He's like, yeah, I feel like if I have a good woman like you, then I'll be like stable in my life and stuff like that.
Lord.
So I'm like, you really think that in your situation this is the time for you to seek a woman that like really
It's really
Not
hard
right.
when
Yeah.
a woman knows what she wants. She can't just
You know,
settle.
from time to
different,
time I
yeah.
will tease him and I will be like, oh, what did your mom cook today?
Oh my God.
And he was still not getting the hint that I'm being shady right now, that you're 40 and you still have to wait for your mom to cook food for you to eat.
I mean-
but you're out here asking me to be your woman. Are you serious?
Wow.
Now, in that moment, like, are you going to say that I'm a gold digger or anything like that?
No, you're not.
I think every
You just know
parent.
what you want.
Yes, I think every parent when they have a kid, because I don't come because my parents are still alive. I don't come from a rich family, okay, but I come
None
from
of us.
a middle class family.
Yeah, all of us.
I was well educated. I was comfortable in life. So I think for every parent, they want their kid to do just as good as
Yes,
them or
yes,
better, because my
yes.
parents came from the village. They went to the capital to have education. That's what their parents wanted for them, so they did better than their parents, and my parents did their best for us to get here.
Yes.
And me too. I want my kids to do better than me. I want them to go on the moon, for example. I
Whoa,
wouldn't like them.
okay.
Yes,
The moon?
absolutely. We have
No,
to
Did
go
you
say moon?
higher. Why not? I'm
Earth
in
is not good
America
enough
where
now?
you can go to NASA and then
tell
be an
me,
astronaut. And why
that's
not?
thought of having a man who's financially stable. Is it because of where you come from, or is just where did you get the mindset from?
I'm not gonna say that I had that mindset or anything like that,
Okay.
but I just think personally, if we are honest, many girls back home when they get married, it's mostly because of financial
Financial, yes.
security, because there are no jobs back home. So
Yeah.
when you get married, especially if you get married to a man who has like a good enough job, you know, you're like, oh my God, I'm secure, and you're happy to leave your parents' house.
Yeah.
So seeing how, you know, people struggle and all that, you know, I don't want to have a
don't
man
wanna
that's a
struggle.
burden.
Yes.
I want someone that I'm
feel
going to
you.
be helping, and that's going to be helping me
Exactly.
out too. And I
Yes.
don't want to invest my time and energy with someone that's just gonna, I don't know, either it's just gonna remain the same, you know, or either all my investment will benefit another woman. Jesus Christ. Like I have the right, I think I have the right
Yeah.
to demand someone who has their life together. It's not that I have figured out every part of my life either, but at least I think that at this point in my life, I'm not gonna be a burden for someone, and I don't want me as the oldest kid of my parents. I have to be an example for my
Yes,
siblings, you know.
definitely.
So I cannot be showing them, you know what, accept just someone who's broke by the faith of, you know, we have faith in God. God will provide, which is it's true. God will provide.
Yes.
But Jesus, I want this to have this kind of prayers with my husband, not a
Yes.
boyfriend that's broke.
Yeah, but before he becomes your, just know that before he becomes your husband, he's your boyfriend. So it starts from boyfriend and then engage and then marriage. So you still don't see him, you know, your husband, like you don't see him your husband because he's your boyfriend at that moment. So you're gonna have to keep trusting him from that level of boyfriend, you know, and then fiance and then husband.
Like you say, there is potential, and there
Yeah.
is someone who you need to have like real goals, what you want to accomplish in your life.
Exactly.
What are you doing in that moment when we
Exactly.
meet? You know, what's your
Yes.
motivation? Like that guy, I'm like, you're trying to figure out your life. You're 40. You live with your parents, and instead of focusing on that, because let's be honest, there is a time for everything. Me, I've met like two guys in my life. Okay. No, not just two. Like I'm talking about those two specific guys that I've met in my life. Okay.
Yeah.
There is one that I had known for now it's been more than 10 years, but at the time it had been for at least 7 years that I knew that guy.
Okay.
That, you know, we're like kind of like
and
attracted to each other, but we
serious.
never really like did on anything or any, but we didn't have any conversation about that. But now when the time and the space was there for us to, you know, kind of like decide what do we want to do. I just realized, like, one day you will wake up and then one day you will wake up and then be like, I want to be in a relationship with you.
True.
And then the following week is like,
I'm done.
yeah, I just don't feel, yeah, exactly. I don't feel like this is
Whose time
this
are
is a
you
good
wasting
time
like
for
that?
that. So you know what I realized? I'm like, right now is career focused, because that's true. I was like, you know, I just have to be honest. Like right now is really career focused, and a woman is not really on top of his
Yeah,
list.
and men have to be like that.
Yeah, and I should not.
Gotta
I will
provide.
be delusional to stick around when I can see clearly that this guy is
Yeah.
running after his career.
Yes.
So if I meet a guy like that, I have to be understanding to just like either also be on my way or be there for I don't know how many years that it's gonna last for him to figure out his life.
Yeah.
But there are also other people. It is just there. He has all these dreams, no real goal, no nothing. You know.
That's a teenager, that's a boy from high school, college, who's still figuring out himself. It's very, ce sont des cas rares, very rare to see a
But there
boy
are grown-ups
in
like that
college.
too.
You know, yeah, there are grown-ups like
Maturity,
that too.
maturity.
But the thing is, listen, guys, to those young people watching, please start saving now. You know,
Start saving now.
start putting money aside for your future wife. Because trust me, especially it also depends on different countries where you live in. You know,
True, true.
jobs are not easy in America, okay? If you don't want to take that girl from her parents' house and move her to your house just so she could suffer, you better start working now.
Exactly.
You need to. There's no way
plan.
that we should both go break our backs when you had your entire single moment to work and save for my coming.
You know what you said about take a girl to your house just so she can go and suffer. That's mean. That's cruel, because you know that you struggle to find the meal, but you find in
C'est
yourself that
méchant.
I'm gonna go get a girl to come live with me so we can suffer together.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? That's not nice.
So, David,
have
when
a-
you're taking a woman, okay, please, like she said, men are very goal oriented. So please, at this point, women, let me tell you guys, women are liabilities.
Yes.
There are few women out there who are assets. Asset means something that brings in something. Liability is something that takes out something. We have women who are liability. When you are having a woman, first of all, before we turn into asset, we are liabilities because we want to be taken care of. My hair needs to be done, my nails to be, all these things have to be done. Although I may have a job, but there's a thing when I see a man, I feel security. All I see is security. I'm like, okay, someone can take care of me. Why do I have to work extra hard the way I was when I was single? When a man walks into my life, I need that weight to be kind of taken, removed from me. Like we going back to biblical principles, a man is a provider. He's a chief, the head of the house. So we cannot have two heads. A woman is a helper. David, you're working as my husband, for example. I will help you. I'm not gonna kill my dreams because when I walk into marriage, I had dreams and goals. That doesn't mean I'm putting them behind so you can take care of me. I'm gonna be lazy all day. No, I just don't want to spend the same energy I used to when I was alone. Exactly. I want to step back and you take the step ahead. But also another thing is when men notice that we are fighters. I'm Mrs. Independent. I can find my own money. Like, okay, I feel like we could do this together, fight the same way. So women, be women around men. Relax. Let him take care of you.
David's favorite word.
If you were working 80 hours a week.
Listen.
If you were working 80 hours a week, drop it.
Oh, come on. Look,
Go
at the end of the day,
back
I
to
need
40 hours.
No, wait. Me personally, I like to have my own money.
Yeah,
Which
is
because
good. We
personally, if you play with me, like we go to the restaurant, like you play with me, I'm gonna pay for myself. I'll pay for you, and then you'll never see me again.
I'll
Okay, don't
pay
play with me.
for
I
you.
gotta have my own money because at the end of the day, you're not gonna come to my life to play with me. I have to show you. No, not that I have to show you, but I
Waste
guess
my
that.
time.
Yeah,
waste my
especially I think this is just in a setting mostly of like if you're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
Mostly because if you're my husband, I'm gonna respect you. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I have my own money.
No.
But I can't allow a boyfriend to feel like he has any kind of authority or control over me because of his money. So girls, you need to have your own money too.
Yes,
okay,
please.
let's agree on that first of all.
Yeah.
You want that man to come into your life and to be financially stable. I'm not asking you to be rich or anything like that, but you
Yeah.
also need to be able at least to pay your own gas. You
Yes.
need to be able to pay your own bills,
Yeah.
to pay your own rent.
Especially in America where you
Yeah.
have jobs. Come on.
Yeah,
In
there are jobs
Africa,
around
I
the corner.
understand because
Yes.
Africa is very different. There's no jobs availability. Like I'm done with school, I graduate, I go apply for a job. It's different.
Now
Nowadays,
it's changed, though.
now it's changed,
now
but
it's changed.
there are still people who are struggling. But in America, at least you can get at least a 10 hour an hour. You can afford something. So the motives can be different when someone is dating back home and someone is dating here. Because you found me having a paycheck already. You also have a paycheck. So I'm not coming to you like for money. Like I just need love. I need that attention. But your money is also important.
Yeah, even though I have my own money, I'm not gonna lie. We go to a restaurant, we go on a date. I don't care, even if we
And
date for
normal
10
men
years.
should pay the
I'm
bills.
never paying for the restaurant.
No,
okay.
David,
I'll
women-
pay if I want. If I'm the one, I'm like, babe, let me take you out and let's go eat out. Okay,
That's cute.
But every time that we're going out, I don't care. Like especially on the first date or the second date or the
I
third
don't
date,
think
you're
a
expecting
man
me to pay 50-50.
who's
I'm out.
reasonable can let a woman pay a bill. Honestly, I don't
They'll
know what
say,
kind of man is that.
but women are feminists now. You want the 50-50. I'm not on
No,
the
it's not
50-50 mentality.
50-50.
I don't care.
When
it
I'm
comes
with my
to money,
husband, I'm a woman. I'm not a man, please. I'm not going to fight. David,
Exactly.
But
You wanna add something?
I have
Yeah.
a thing about women. So
You have a string.
I have a thing about women. So women ask about I want to financial stable,
Stability.
yeah.
stability or whatever. But even sometimes women are never women because sometimes cooking a meal for men or just appreciating.
Okay,
a man-
which men are you talking about? Because there's a husband and a boyfriend.
Can I finish?
Yes, be
Can I
specific.
finish?
Because I'm not about to break my back for a boyfriend.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
Can I finish?
Yes, sir.
So like, oh yeah, even like for example, even a boyfriend, you might cook for him,
Okay.
No, because he has been. No. Listen, no, listen.
Here and
David,
there,
wait.
maybe.
David. No,
Come on.
no,
Can
no,
I
no,
talk?
no,
Okay,
no.
okay.
Please,
Okay,
go
listen,
But
ahead.
we are under
Listen.
no obligation, though.
No. Of
Oh,
course.
but you feel obliged for him to provide for you.
No, personally, I don't need your
So what I
money.
mean.
Oh wait, no, let David finish.
So,
But I think
basically,
that's
so
really
like,
a good
so
point.
Yes.
okay. I don't like me like every meal or whatever.
Yes,
But
sometimes.
yeah, but as a man, it feels amazing because when you were out, what's it called, from working, you're tired, you're stressed, you find a cooked good
But only your
meal.
wife will be home with you.
You know what? Sometimes I feel
You
like
don't expect
African
your
guys.
girlfriend to come. And
No,
this thing
wait.
sorry, sis. This
Some
thing
girlfriends
of
do it.
this thing of
Some
boyfriend and
yeah.
girlfriend. It's something we found in the eastern countries, in America, in different countries when you travel overseas. There's no way in Africa a
We're
girl
friends.
will go and cook in your house as a boyfriend. That thing won't happen.
Unless your sister.
There's just something in which is a culture here that we found and we adapted. Oh, people can even go on vacation with their boyfriends. Someone who did not marry you. So it's like we're living marriage before marriage. So it's like you're free to do what you want and I'm free to do what I want. There is
America.
no boundaries.
Yeah.
So when you're expecting a man to provide for you financially, he's going to expect something back from you. Will you be able to give it to him?
I think
Ladies.
another thing that we have to be honest with,
The cultural
especially when
thing
it comes to
in.
African guys, when we live overseas, you guys are looking for free labor.
What do you
Because you're
mean?
like, yeah, let me
Because you're
explain.
asking him for money too.
No. Wait, that's another thing that I was gonna remind me that in a few minutes. Okay, first of all, you guys are looking for free labor because most of you, when you come here, you don't live with your families. Okay, you're
Right.
all alone. You have to cook yourself. You have to clean the house and stuff like that. So I feel like when you're dating, or even when you get you marry someone, it's like you want that person that's gonna be cooking for you, just like you mentioned. That's gonna be cleaning the house. That's gonna be taking care of you. Basically, free labor. You know, you don't have to pay for that free maid that you have.
But-
And you wait.
Finish,
Because
finish.
I'm gonna forget the other thing.
Okay.
I think the other thing that's important to mention here, especially that I'm the one that brought up this topic, it's when I say that a man has to be financially stable. If you're broke, you should not be seeking a woman. It's not that I want you actually to give me your money, because like I said,
You
it's
want to see the
important to have.
ability to provide.
No, I mean a little bit of that, but mostly. Like you said, I don't want to be with someone that I'm gonna be suffering with. I don't want to be with
Yes.
someone that I'm gonna
We
be
just don't wanna
struggling with.
suffer.
I have my own money, so I'm already like, even though I have my own money, I already have my own struggles. So because when we get together, it's gonna be our struggle together. So I don't want
Yes.
to be
Double
increasing
the
my struggle,
struggle.
and then
Double the
financially it's not following to sustain or to support us or anything like that. And
Yes.
when we're boyfriend girlfriend, personally, I don't know for other girls. I guess that's now when they start calling girls gold diggers and stuff like that. Personally, I don't need your money. I just need to know, to be reassured that you have
Okay.
your own money. I have my own money. You have your own money. I will
Okay.
never need your own money, even in
My sister,
extreme
be careful.
cases.
You're never gonna do what?
Wait,
No,
so what?
wait.
Hey!
Come again?
You're never
Look.
gonna do what? Me, I need your
No,
money.
me personally, my mom has always told me you should never be morally.
Depends.
Corrupted.
Non, en français, c'est tu ne dois pas avoir des dettes morales. I don't really
Oh,
know
moral
how
debt.
moral debts, but I think in French for me, like it has more weight because. Les dettes morales par rapport à quand quelqu'un te prête de l'argent. Les dettes
Yeah.
morales, it's like
You
it's
feel
hard
like
to
you have
repay.
to do it
Yes.
because they did this for
It's
me.
really hard to repay.
You know?
So like I never want to like owe anybody anything that's really that significant, you know. I just need to be like reassured that you have your own money, that you can support yourself. And because I had a boyfriend when I was a teenager. Hi mom, hi dad.
Okay.
So-
somebody's exposing yourself.
I had this boyfriend. Somehow he always had problems, like the weirdest problems in the world.
High
Like this week he'll be
Listen,
like, oh,
any relationship you did in high school doesn't count.
no,
primary
listen,
school.
but it has to teach you. You have to draw lessons
What
from
was the
these
lesson
relations. The lesson
Because we have
is
10 minutes
be
left.
careful with these boys who always have problems, because that guy will have problem like every other week or every other month. And then for some reason he was thinking that I was coming from a rich family, which wasn't the case. And then would be asking me like, can you lend me like $50, which back home is a lot of money. And I am like, I am a teenager. Where am I gonna get that kind of money from? And I'm like, and then at some point I was just like thinking, I'm like, how come this boy always have problems? So now that I am a grown up, you always still have this kind of man who always have problem every other month. I
Coming
don't know, maybe
after
it's
you.
spiritual. Yeah, maybe he has like a spirit,
Sister,
like
you need to
curses in
pray.
his family. No. It's not all the time. I'm saying like there are
The
men like
Lord.
that in life.
Ah.
So you have to be careful to go find yourself someone who always have problems. So your money is going into his problems, and his money never come into your problems. Not that you necessarily need it in any way, but it's just good to know that this is not someone that's gonna come empty my pockets, and then maybe it may not be work out. It may not work out in the end. That's all I mean.
Yeah, but guys, the goal here is to have a double income, not double trouble. Okay,
Wow.
Amen.
we want to have double
Amen.
income, not double trouble. When
Amen
my
to
husband
that.
and I come together, we want to mix our income to build something big, not to we mix one struggle with another struggle, because there's nothing that frustrate a woman than a man who's broke. Like, it's just that I'm trying to think, where is the next bread gonna come from? How am I gonna do my hair? How am I gonna do this? Like, it scares us, guys. Please be not rich, but be financial. There's a
Same to
difference
us,
between.
Sometimes
Wait, I'll come back to you.
when a man
There's a
is broke,
difference between a woman who's
Maybe we should
materialistic
define broke
and
though.
a woman who's
kind of,
materialistic and a
uh-huh.
woman a woman who's materialistic and a woman who wants financial security. A woman who's materialistic, she loves money. She has excessive love about money, like nothing else matters. She wants the money. She wants
Very
the
expensive
very
taste.
expensive stuff. That's materialistic. But a woman who wants financial security, she just wants you to be financially stable. She knows that you're able to cover the bills. She knows that you'll be able to provide. Listen, when I ask my husband for something and he just tells me, babe, okay, don't worry, I'll work on it, or we think about it. That alone, David, calms me down. But when he tells me, I don't know, what are we gonna do? I'm already panicking. So all I want to hear is the
got it.
security in the word. Like,
Yeah.
I got you. Don't worry, babe. We're gonna work on this. That is enough for me to. I don't care how you're gonna find it. As long as you tell me, we'll sort it out. That's what I want to hear. But when you tell a woman, I don't know, I don't have it. I haven't been working. I don't want to hear that. That's not my problem. So, and the level of expectation is different when we're married and when we dating. This is one thing women need to understand too. When you're dating a guy, is not obliged to provide for you financially.
Repeat
But
them one more
yes,
time.
when you are dating a man, is not obliged to provide for you financially.
Madam, repeat
but
one more
your
time. Oh my
husband
God.
is obliged.
Pretty
When
sister.
when a boyfriend gives me money or not, I don't care. It doesn't have to. There's nothing binding us legally or together. It's just something we're coming together and trying to figure
Support,
out.
it's like a little bit
yes.
support,
So do not come into a relationship with expectations on a poor guy that is gonna provide for
first
you.
of all,
I'm just saying, on the poor guy, thinking he's gonna spend all his
Look.
money on you.
David is
But if you guys are
Not
married,
poor.
he is obliged to do it.
True.
Like,
As a man.
yes. So please, ladies, because when these guys start to ask you for things, they're not gonna ask you for the smallest things.
Wait,
they ask you for that precious thing that you need to keep until marriage.
wait a
cookie.
second. David was saying like, oh, it's good to come home and then have a girl cooking for you and all that.
Those are the
you giving her?
expectation.
Oh yeah. Wait, are you giving her money? Are you giving her money?
No, I'm from working for both of us, not for only me.
No, but you want her like when she's your girlfriend to be cooking, cleaning, and stuff like that. Are you giving her your money?
No,
though?
okay, not really my girlfriend, but my wife. I
Your
mean, my
wife,
wife's
okay,
good.
that's your
Oh,
wife.
you want
Because-
your wife to cook for you?
Yeah, cook
Man,
for me and like, you know what I mean?
listen, I make sure my husband has food when I go to work. He knows that he comes back, there is food for him in the fridge. Because I
Yes,
know he's
that's the
making
way it
that
should
money.
be.
He tells me, baby, I'm making this for us. When I hear that, I'm happy. David,
Motivation.
It's motivation. Baby, I'll cook for you. What do you want to eat this weekend? That motivation that
okay.
you are killing your back for
Bars,
us
okay.
makes me happy, and I want to take care of you.
True. I got you.
But when you are telling me you are stressed, you are broke, my friend, you are going to drink water and sleep like that. You're gonna drink water and sleep like that because there's no motivation for me to kill my back in the kitchen.
Let's be honest too. Money, power, just makes a man attractive,
Yeah.
because you can be broken even if you're handsome. Maybe at first I will give you a chance, I'll give you the time of the day, but down the line, I'm not gonna eat all that beauty of yours. I'm not.
Yeah,
Look,
but guys, we're not trying to say that you should base your choices around money. Don't get us wrong. Here we're trying to enlighten you guys that when you are ready for a relationship, make sure that relationship will lead to something. We date with a goal to marry. We don't date because we are trying. If you want to try out, please don't waste that girl's time. Okay, just
Or
know
your
that.
time.
Yeah,
Sometimes your time.
yeah,
Yes.
don't waste my time because we date for the next step.
Yeah.
So when you are dating, you know that you're gonna get married. Be financially. Listen, when I watch my husband pay my dowry,
my
which we call
husband.
the lobola la dot, this guy spent a lot of money. Sometimes I felt bad for him, but he had to do it because he wanted to marry me. It was expensive. So you're not gonna tell me you're gonna go first of all buying a ring. After that, we have to buy clothes for the traditional wedding. It not just the clothes, but he had to pay everything my family asked him. Do you think he picked up that money?
Nope.
He worked hard. And then after that, if you guys want a big wedding, this guy has to provide for that wedding. So how are you expecting to date someone and marry her if you don't have nothing in your bank account? And then after the white wedding, we had to, if you have a plan to purchase a property, we have to save for that again. And then for the everyday survival, that was more money. So boys,
Man,
you will need
man,
money.
man.
Boys, men, I'm not talking to
Relax.
boys yet. Thank you for
Yes,
that.
boys say
If you're in
that.
high school, please focus on school. Study,
Get that knowledge.
get that knowledge,
Get that knowledge.
work, save money, your extra cash. Stop buying a lot of shoes because you're not gonna need that.
Hey, look
Yes.
fresh, you know. Look
Stop,
fresh.
yeah, please save your
But
money.
you don't need a lot of shoes to look.
You don't
fresh.
need a lot of shoes. Save your money, and if you are already done with school, you are working, you want to get married, you're gonna spend a lot of money. Women are scared when there is no money. I'm sorry, it's not that we love money, we are gold diggers. It's just that we love the security that money brings with. A lot of couples separate because of the lack of money. A lot of couples live together, they don't even see each other's bank account because
crazy.
I want to manage my money because it's selfishness. You know, they're selfish. So make sure you really gonna be financially stable so you don't stress the poor woman, okay, the innocent girl. Because for example, Jojo say she came from a family, she had a certain level of comfort, you know, but she doesn't want to come to you and struggle in the name of love. No, we don't want that.
You know, I have a small story, which is that I have thousands of stories. There is a guy that I was talking to. You know,
How
that
many
was like
guys,
no.
man?
I always talk to people. I'm a
We
nice
have a
girl.
question.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
how many?
Sorry, let me finish my
Yeah, go
story.
ahead, yeah.
So this guy, you know, when we're talking, and then I'm like, wait. So am I gonna be suffering if I enter into this relationship? Because this guy is telling me like all the problems that he has, just his own problems, family problems. I sat down, I portrayed my life how I may have to sometimes go to my parents and ask them for money so we can eat because I was just like comparing to what the guy was telling me, and I'm like, if I enter in a relationship with this guy, this is what my life will look like. And then I'm like, is this really what I want? Like, look at me now
long term.
and what my future will look like. I'm already a skinny girl, so you know, like there are marriages when you get there, you can see that this person is really happy. She has a good
Yes.
life, and then you can see that this person is
She's
struggling.
struggling,
You know,
yes.
she's suffering. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm already a skinny girl. Am I ready to just be like bones and you know nothing else? Like, nah.
Yeah, so
I'm
the
not a
qu-
gold digger. I'm just realistic.
the guy, they're asking a question: does the man pay for the wedding expenses himself, or the woman can contribute to? I'm gonna share this from my personal experience. The man pays most of the expenses. So if you're a man, you intending to get married, just know that most of the expenses will be, you know, covered by you. So that's why we are insisting on being financially stable because you are going to spend. You know, especially when you're marrying an African family, you know how much they ask for the
It's a
bridal
big- it's a
price.
big family.
Unless you're marrying from a different
small.
culture, like, you know, American, I don't think they ask all these things. Woo, there's a long list. So I'm gonna say you're going to provide, but there are also some families where both family come together and say we take 50-50. Like the husband's family and the wife family come together. This is the budget, so you guys take 50, we take 50. If your husband is rich enough or wealthy enough or generous,
all.
generous enough, you be like, baby, I got you. Don't spend anything.
Wait, I got
Okay.
a question. It's a sub question, I guess. So are we talking about like the white wedding, or are we talking about traditional wedding? Because
Everything.
No,
are you gonna contribute to your own dowry?
Yeah,
no, no, no.
that's what
So
I'm
no,
saying.
What
no,
should I
no, no, no,
contribute to my
no. I'm not
dowry?
talking about the dowry. The
Oh,
dowry, my husband pays everything.
You
yeah,
have
I
to do
yeah,
it
can't
yeah,
marry
you have
yourself.
to,
myself.
yeah.
But when it comes to like what I'm gonna wear or my hair, I can. Okay,
Yes, that
True.
I
yes.
can spend on it, but he knows what I need to wear on that day. And on top of that, if you want, you guys, some people just do the dowry back home, and then here we just do a little ceremony. But if you want to make a big party, it's more expensive. So if you really meet a woman who's very comprehensive, tell you like, baby, you already did the dowry back home. We don't need to do this. Let's just do the big party in the white wedding. That saves you money. But then the white wedding, that's when I have to contribute because you
Yeah.
have to buy your white dress. If your husband, like I say, is financially stable enough, he can cover all the cost. But remember, if you spend all the money that day, after that it's the two of you now. After everybody's done eating, dancing on the party, you go face each other at home. If you make him spend all the money, you are gonna struggle. So I will to respond to your question, I would say that the husband covers most of the cost in the white wedding. In the traditional wedding, he covers everything.
Yeah.
But depending on the family, you
no,
can
but
split 50-50 on the white wedding.
everything about weddings. About the thing is, some ladies take it too far. It's the budgets. I'm like, yo, it's a day. You know what I mean? I do get it. It's your day, but sometimes most families spend a lot of money on weddings, but couples don't get to spend time in their honeymoon. You know what I mean? Because there's a big budget on the wedding, so big. Sometimes you get in debt just for a
That's
day.
it
You
all
know what I
depends
mean?
on the
So
couple.
yeah.
Like guys, it depends on the family has no say on how you guys are gonna spend on your wedding. It's on it's I mean
Some
some family
families.
will put pressure on you, but my I'm just giving my personal experience. My husband and I knew what we wanted after the wedding. We wanted to invest our money somewhere because we're not gonna spend thousands of dollars on weddings, feed people, and go broke after that. We thought about ourselves after that, so we
future.
made sure as much as our wedding looked kind of big to people, we barely spent a lot of money. We were really on a budget. And also another important thing is when you have good relationship with people, they step up.
True.
Like someone can tell you, I'll cover the camera. Someone can tell you, oh, I'll take care of the food. And you end up spending less money because you have people who care around you. Like, we don't have to ask you for money when we're planning our wedding. Like, just know that this is my sister getting married, my friend. Let me do something. Because if you start asking people, oh, what are you going to contribute? Like, it's not our wedding. You want this wedding. Why do you want us to give you money? So just make sure you have a good relationship with people because you will see how important it is to have people around you on your wedding days. Yeah, so I think that's what I can say about your question. Still,
Any
your
question?
wedding dress, your husband has to. Yes, your husband contribute. Well, that's what we're talking about financial stability. He contribute when he's financially stable. If a guy barely makes, I don't want to
Hey,
go to the
hey,
price. How is he gonna cover your wedding dress? Especially if you want to change 4 times, like most of you ladies.
4 times?
There are women who do that.
Do you shower too or just change? Because you better shower.
They don't shower. So I think
Well,
your you
yeah,
ladies.
it's just clothes.
Ladies have to be
Nah.
reasonable.
Nah.
If you don't want to kill the guy's
Yes,
pocket, make sure you
please.
change at least twice. Is reasonable.
Twice,
You can
yes.
even keep one dress. Doesn't matter. You
No,
know
twice,
what's
twice.
important is
Nah,
our life
twice.
after the big day.
At least twice or thrice.
Yeah, at least twice or
4
3 times.
times?
4 times, yeah.
It's
You're
going
not
on.
Congolese, huh?
No, I'm not.
If you
So,
explains
for me, I'm
Like,
like, ooh,
they-
4 times.
no, you know the pressure you were talking about when I just wanted a simple dress. My mom is like, no, you're not wearing this on your wedding. My daughter, I'm like, Mama,
It's
this
my
is less money. She's like, no,
It's my
I'm gonna
wedding.
choose a dress for you. So you guys need to understand that pressure will come.
Sure.
But you need to be able to stand up for yourself. At the end of the day, I told my mom, I don't want to spend. This is my wedding. You know, we ended up arguing with my mom, but I still love her. But I told my mom, I'm sorry. You got married long ago. This is my turn. I need to find a dress which I can afford because not because I'm broke, because I'm trying to look at the tomorrow of me and my husband. Because if I finish all this guy's money on one day expense. Tomorrow it's gonna be me and him in the house. You guys are not gonna be there.
Thank
Why do
you.
I have to make him go through that?
Tell
So
them.
women, you need to stand up for your husbands, for your
Damn.
future
Oh my
husbands.
God.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh
David,
my
if you're broke,
God.
just say that.
Listen, I'm not broke. I'm just responsible.
Responsible. Okay,
yeah,
you
how
know
I
what?
use
Some
my
people, they're
money.
not broke. They're
Yeah.
just cheap.
So,
That's
or
another topic
stingy.
that we have to
True,
talk
true,
Or
true,
about.
true.
stingy.
Stingy,
Mamboko
yeah.
makasi.
Cheap
So true.
guys.
Some people, some men, really stingy. I hear.
All right, guys, I think we are wrapping up right now. I'm just going to give each one of you guys a chance to say one last thing to really make this
Oh
topic
no!
sense.
First of all, she had a question about me.
You had a
I had
question
a
for her?
question.
Yeah, remember before the woman I'm looking for?
The woman you're looking for?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Jesus, look, one thing that you have to know. I
Guys,
have to speak in that moment because I forget everything.
She
I don't even
forgot.
remember
Oh,
what
no
I was
problem.
wearing
Next
yesterday.
time.
we are
Next
wrapping
time.
up. So, David, what do you have to say about this entire thing? Because we said so many things, but I want our viewers to walk away with 2 or 3 things from you.
Me personally, I just think that men should have your money straight. You don't have to be rich. You don't
Thank
have
you.
to be wealthy or whatever. But to sustain yourself and to bring another person in your life, you have to have enough money for both of you.
Okay.
Yeah. So you need to learn how to save money. I mean, kind of be cheap, but
Kind of bitchy.
but you know what I mean. And like the thing about it is some men really don't really think in the future. They want to leave the moment. I'm like, okay, leave the moment, but tomorrow is a day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is a day, and tomorrow
Mostly
money is
women.
needed. You know what I mean? Money is needed to feed your wife, feed you. You know what
yeah.
I mean? So you gotta think in that moment and the future. So basically, just have your money straight. Then be serious about women, and like to be honest, tell women where you are financially.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Don't be
Don't
like
come to me and say you
don't be
you
like-
earn $100 an hour when you make 20.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You have this ego of like, I'll make a lot of money.
Yes.
But
Be humble.
but when you go in a relationship, the lady's like, what's the money you talking about? You know what I mean? So I like you gotta be honest.
Yes.
And you gotta tell them, listen,
I love
this is
that.
what I do, this is what I'm making, and in the future I'm gonna make more.
Thank
but
you.
If, you know what I mean? So
And be honest about your job. Don't be ashamed about the type of job you do. If you're gonna be with me, tell me what kind of job. Even if you sweep toilet, tell me.
Don't say that.
please don't.
It's just an example. No, I'm not
Yes.
saying I'm gonna marry a toilet sweeper.
You're already married. Relax.
I'm just saying, no, it's just an example.
Look, if you're out there and that's the type of job that you do, please plan that at some point in your life
You have to upgrade.
you're
You have
gonna
to
have a
upgrade.
better job.
Or be
first
an
of all.
owner of that company, for example. You can have a cleaning company.
Yes.
If you love
And
cleaning.
second, don't say that
Love
to a
cleaning.
girl on the first 5
Yes,
days. Wait until she's
going to run
madly in
away.
love with you before you
Yes.
can say that. You know what I do for a job?
I like
What
that.
paying for all
bathrooms
those
out
dates
here.
and say, yeah, this is what I do. When she's madly in love, because then she'll be, she won't be thinking about it too much.
Exactly.
Before that, I don't care. I'm out.
Please don't tell me within 5 days of a relationship you are a cleaner.
Oh, I'm a good cleaner. You know?
What are you?
Oh,
I can
sir,
clean the
no.
house.
So what is
you
the
know?
takeaway from you?
So for me, sorry, I got something in my eye. So for me, it's don't have expectations on someone that you don't have on yourself. You want that person to have their life together. Have your life together too. You have to get, because I'm really in French mode right
Anglais,
now.
yeah. Anglais,
Yeah.
Get your life together. Get your money straight, just like David say. But
Yes.
I'm talking about the woman. Okay, everything has to be straight with yourself too.
Yes.
You have to have goals for yourself.
Let them know. Know how to cook too, please.
Know how to cook too. For Mr. David right
yes,
here.
please do, please.
But most importantly, choose wisely.
Yes.
Choose wisely. Learn to discern between people who talk, because there are people out there. They're just dreamers.
Sure.
They're just
No
dreamers,
action.
and they're not putting any time, energy, or effort to make those dreams come true. So you don't waste your time. Stick around for a little bit of time. If you don't see any change, girl, take the door. Like there are billions of there
Just
out
like
there.
that?
Yeah, not just like that. Observe.
Take
Don't-
the door.
The door is wide
take the
open.
take the time to observe. Okay, take the time to observe and then make a wise choice. That's my takeaway from this. But
Nice.
and I think also sometimes at some level, when you're broken and a girl doesn't give you the time of the day, it's some kind of motivation, for some guy. If you're wise,
True, true.
if you're wise, and
You
then you
learn
see
from
that,
that.
yes, you
You
learn
learn
from
from
that,
that.
and you're like, okay,
I
well,
gotta get my money up.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So really see, about don't be mean, even when you're rejecting a guy, when you're not into a guy, you don't have to be mean about it. Be
Please
nice.
You
don't.
never know.
Yes,
You
if you
know?
feel like
He
you're
may
gonna
be a
go,
business owner tomorrow and hire
yes,
you.
And you
yes,
be like,
exactly.
so I don't know who.
Yeah, you always have to be nice to
Yeah,
people.
it's
Always have to be nice. It will take you a long way. So yeah, that's my takeaway.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm gonna add and I'm gonna say, ladies, don't be a liability.
Be an
Be
asset.
an asset.
Thank you.
Okay? If you don't know that, please Google liability and
An
asset.
asset.
There's something different when you learn on your own, it stays with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I explain to you, it's gonna flee and run away. Be a liability, don't be an asset. And someone say here, also women don't expect more in a man who's just your BF, is not your husband to start taking care. Of course, that's why we say that. Don't expect so much from a guy who's just a boyfriend. Because there is commitment, but there is nothing binding you, okay, obliging him to take care of you. My husband must take care of me. It's not even an option. It must take
True.
care of me.
Anytime you can just.
Yes.
gone.
So a boyfriend is very different. If you're dating someone, don't have that mindset that, oh, I need a rich guy so he can take care of me. Listen, that's being a liability. When you're an asset, you say, I need a rich guy so we can work together and become richer. That sounds different. All right.
Way.
So those are the type of women we need. And also number two, if you're a man, a young man, you're still in high school, college, please focus on your school. A woman can be a distraction at this level because you're trying to get your life together. You're trying to get your finance together. Now
That
you're
is
bringing this woman, especially women nowadays or the 21st century, they're not cheap.
Very
They want
nuts.
iPhone 14 Pro Max,
Every
which you
time.
need to buy. This is just more money coming out of your poor pay stub. You're a student, you're working part-time, but you want a girlfriend. How are you going to take care of her? You're not just going to love her every day. No, women, I'm sorry to say this, they kind of love money. Yes, we
true.
kind of love money. Not in a
Kinda?
bad way. I'm not going to say we love, but we
Nah, nah,
kind
nah,
of.
nah.
We can no, because it's not like
Let me not say money, but
we-
it's financial
I
security.
think it's subconsciously, okay,
Yes.
in every woman.
There's
Because
a
it's not like, I
relationship
love
with
money.
women and money.
Yes.
You know? So just
Part of
make
life.
sure if you are in school, please focus on your school, graduate, get a nice job. If you want to become an entrepreneur, because nowadays jobs are very tough, create a business. If you have a business idea, work on it. And imagine marrying a girl, you are a CEO, you're working, you're going to pay your dowry money, and you're like, yes, I'm financially stable. Already when I see, I'm like, sir, I'm
good.
ready to take you to see my parents. You know, so this is the best time for you of your singleness to work on your finance because it's going to determine a lot of things. Some of the stupid arguments, sorry about the word we have at home, is because there's no money to cover certain bills in certain marriages. So you don't want to get to that point. Start saving now. Start investing on stock market. If you don't know, go and Google. Go. You can do tradings. You can do real estate. You can partner up with someone. We do have friends, not just to laugh, but to partner up. We can create a brand together. We can do so many things. So young people, invest so your tomorrow can be stable. So that's what I can say for today. About being financially stable before jumping into a relationship or marriage. I think this was just kind of like a mixed up, but we are going to talk about being financially stable before marriage also. That's another huge topic. And what, like, do you need to spend so much money before marriage or planning a wedding? Those are big topics that we need to talk about because nowadays we have young people trying to plan huge weddings when they don't even know where they're going to sleep tomorrow.
For one day.
For
Imagine.
one day, when you don't even know if your
24
your
hours.
rent for the 3 next month are paid off,
You don't know where
or you
it
don't
is.
even know the food you're gonna eat in the next week. So
crazy.
let's find priority in our needs. It's gonna be very important, and this space is for us to talk about things that affecting our lives. Like I said, sometimes at church we might not talk about certain things, but here we are free to talk about everything, still remaining in biblical principle because we are Christians.
Steph, everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Because we're not gonna
Okay.
do anything outside of the Word of God. We as Christian, we grew up in Christian homes. We are still Christian by choice, because some people go to church because mom goes to church. That's not a topic for another day.
Listen.
All right, guys. We will see you next time. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for writing. Oh, there's none. There's one more. My suggestion next time is please post the topic on your page. We did. Maybe you're not subscribed.
Yeah,
Please
we did,
make sure you
actually,
follow us
yeah.
on TikTok. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, on
Facebook,
YouTube, on
Instagram.
Instagram. We're gonna post all of our digits there, and we'll stay in touch. We always post topics before we publish any flyers.
And if you
so-
have suggestions for topics, too,
Yes,
let
if
us
you have
know.
suggestions,
let us know.
let us know. If
Yeah.
we can't talk about it, we can always have someone come in as a guest to talk about that subject, because we don't
sometimes
know
we can have you
everything.
too.
Sometimes
You-
we can have you as a
come,
guest. We
yeah.
don't know everything, so we are here to learn. So feel free to send us your suggestion and share the link. Most
Absolutely.
important,
We're begging.
subscribe. Okay, thank you guys so much. We'll see you next
Next
time.
time. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Woo!